Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, and thank you for choosing to spend some more time here on Diecast Emporium. Today we're going to take what is probably one of the most sought-after and long-anticipated models of this year. This is the WSI USA Specials / Sword Models Mack Granite with a 3-axle Rogers Lowboy trailer made in 1/50 scale. So a quick backstory about this. Just yesterday, in fact, I was in Berea, Ohio, which is where DHS Diecast is located. How that ties into this is DHS Diecast is Chuck Sword, and Chuck Sword is of Sword Models. So it was very nice that I got to stop by there and get the tour. Wonderful, wonderful people up there. So thank you again to both Corey and Chuck. So I was the very first one to be able to pick up this model that I pre-ordered. So I will do my best to give it its due diligence. Just got back into town here a little while ago. So let's take a look at it. We'll put a different equipment loads on it and see what they look like. And if you guys have any questions whatsoever or comments, please let me know. And let's get started. So, typical, pretty gray and plain WSI model box. You can see, obviously, you have your clear window. Here's your tractor, your gooseneck, your lowboy. Up here you have your wide deck posts and baggies with assorted accessories, which we'll get into those. On the back here you have your WSI logo and your Sword official product. Right there. USA Basic Line Mack Granite plus Lowboy 3-axle Rogers trailer. This is product code 33-2007. So, before I get any further, I get this question really more than I thought I ever would. A lot of people ask, are these really worth the money? And the answer to that question is absolutely they are. And once WSI announced the partnership with Sword, and that they would be reproducing several models, such as the East Dump trailer and these lowboys, I was very excited. Because the initial run by Sword, I was unable to afford that kind of high-end equipment at that time. So now I'm at a position in my life where, working a couple big boy jobs, I'm out of school, etc., so I can buy myself a little nice toy here and there. So anyway, that's how it looks. All you got to do is cut right here and right here. This pops off very nicely, just like that. This baggie contains some wheel wells, which is one option you have to fix to the tractor. Here is the gooseneck trailer. Here's the oversized load, which goes on the back of the lowboy. If you've ever had a Rogers trailer before, you already know what all these are. I'm just doing this for people who are new to the channel. But here's a pointer, as well as 2 simulated extension deck posts that would go here if you're hauling an oversized load, such as an excavator or other tracked vehicle. Here's the actual gooseneck. Very nice. In this bag, we have the other option. Here are some Mack Mud Flaps, if you want to stick with those. They have thoughtfully provided 2 full sets of mirrors, so for a total of 4 pieces. And finally, here is the tractor. Looking good there. So for time constraints, what I'm going to do is I'm going to pause the video right here. I'm going to fix the tractor in the configuration with these wheel well setups on it so you can see what they look like, which I think look a lot better. And then we'll come back and take a look at the detail and the functionality. So stay tuned. We'll be right back. Alright, welcome back. So, first off, we've got the mirrors affixed to the tractor right here. And this is only my second Mack Granite by Sword or WSI. The only other Mack I have is the one that has the entire distributor body on it. And it seems like, for whatever reason, these mirrors go in much, much easier than they do on the entire distributor. So, looking from the front, you have that very iconic Mack look, along with the Mack Bulldog right here. You can open up the hood. There is a lot of engine detail inside of there. Very well done. Very, very detailed, as you would come to expect from Sword. Now this is something I didn't notice on my Mack distributor. So somebody correct me if I'm wrong, and if I wasn't too darn lazy in the middle of this, I would probably just go pull it out of the box. But if you look closely up on here, on the air horns, Mack is actually embossed in there, and it looks really good. Again, not sure if that's the case on the entire distributor, but it most certainly is on this truck. The doors do open. I already mentioned the fact that the mirrors are much, much simpler to put on. They fit well. Your steering, very good. Very, very good. Right, left, whatever. Your clearances are fine. You can get some good poses with that. Moving along to the rear. Pull it up here a bit. Kind of angle this off so you can see. It's difficult because it's black on black, but these I chose to go with the plastic wheel wells. I think they look very good. The rear ones have the rubber mud flap with the Mack logo. They push into preformed holes on the metal die-cast chassis really, really easily, so you don't have to fight with that. Really gives it kind of like that killer look. Looks good. Some warning labels here to add detail, and as of course you have your auxiliary lines here for your lights and trailer lights and all kinds of fun stuff. You have a headache rack which looks busy with some chains, some lights, more lights up here, and 2 great exhausts. So that's the Mack Granite Tractor. Let's get him out of here. Here is the Rogers Gooseneck. Not much has changed here, but that's not a bad thing. It's a very, very simple component. Looks very nice. A lot of detail. Come on, focus. Focus, please. Okay, it's not going to focus. Anyway, it has the Rogers logo on it. Looks very good. There's 3 holes right here. That's where you would plug your lines in on your trailer, right here. And as we transition into the trailer, here are your lines. You have 2 loading ramps right here, which would fold down to load whatever piece of heavy equipment you want. And again, I've already added the board extensions on here. One thing that I would recommend, just another fellow collector tip, there are 12 outriggers on each side, or at least there should. Sometimes during the assembly process overseas, they may forget one or two of those. So the first thing I would do is when you choose to get this model and you open up, make sure you got 24 outrigger planks. It's just something simple, but you know, even something that small can hurt the value of your model. On the rear, you have the Rogers mud flaps, again, which look great. The optional oversized load, which just fits into 2 holes. Some suspension is there. So let's get this thing connected up and see what it looks like with a couple different pieces of equipment on it. Specifically wide load equipment. So let's get this gooseneck attached here. And again, not designed to be tricky at all. So there it is, attached. Let's bring our tractor over here. And again, for time's sake, I'm not going to attach these, but if you would, or if you do want to, they just go right here, right into the front of the gooseneck. Very easy fit. So let's lock that in there. Boom. There's your truck, fully assembled. Alright, so let's try it out with a couple different loads on it. First off, we have an old school Norscot D6K XL track type tractor or bulldozer. looks pretty good on there, I think. I always loved this model because it was one of the first models that Norscot made that the glass doors open to the operator cabin. There's proof of that. So, let's once again attach this wood plank. And finally, here is a Norscot 320 DL with a custom thumb on it from BRI. Again, make sure you tuck everything as low as you can. And there you go. Looks pretty good. So overall, I would have to say that this model is definitely rated excellent. 10 out of 10 by far. There's a reason that Sword and WSI products are so expensive. That's because you get what you pay for. That takes nothing away from the First Gear Lowboys or the Norscot Lowboys. It's just a little bit, you know, it's really unfair to kind of categorize them all into one class. But if you have the means and you're looking for a 1 to 50 scale lowboy and you want the best of the best, I would recommend definitely picking up a Rogers one, whether it's being pulled by a CT680, a Mack Granite, as you see here, or even a Peterbilt, or if you're really, really, really lucky, a Kenworth T880. But either way, very, very nice. There's details everywhere. Warning labels. I mean, everything functions. You've got your safety striping here. I already told you about the options on the tractor. Here are the other mud flaps if you want to go with those instead. There's an example. It's a really, really nice truck. So we're going to end this video here. Again, highly recommended. Just released. The red ones, I believe, are sold out as of, as of before they were even released, if memory serves me correct. But I believe you can still get some in other colors. They do offer them in the 3-axle configuration and also a 4-axle flip configuration, should you want that. Obviously, the 4-axle flip is a little bit more expensive, but it's really negatable. Honestly, it's not that much more expensive. So, again, just depends on what you're looking for. So, as always, guys, please let me know what you thought of this model. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comment section below. Take care, be safe, and we'll see you soon.